Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your beginning to mid of June 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of, Libra. During this time, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So right here we have the sun. Now this can be that we have to be mindful that we're a bit hesitant during this time to really let ourselves shine, to really embrace what we want and how we want to move forward and what is the true happiness of us. Because remember, the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire tarot deck. This could also be telling us, be mindful of the sun. Also, pay more attention to the child that you think has it all worked out, that we kind of see or others see excuse me, as being our golden child. So kind of understanding that, okay, maybe that kid needs a little bit more help now. If we have children, if we are aunts or uncles, or, we have children in our lives through being teachers, the one that we usually don't think we have to worry about. This is going to be the time where we just need to give them a little bit more love, a little bit more attention, a little bit more like, I'm here for you. And even if it's just saying, I'm here for you, and they're like, yeah, okay, thanks, and they don't do anything else with it, or they just seem like they are ignoring us, just letting them know, that's going to mean a lot to them. So let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have universal light. Now this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And there is such a beauty, there is such an essence coming down onto us that there's a radiance to us now. There is a real sense of, this is my beauty, this is my brilliance, this is who I am, this is my radiant light. Kind of like somebody's turned up our auras during this time. So we're going to see people gravitating towards us, whether we want them to be or not. And that's going to be a very good thing for us. We're going to really find ourselves connecting with different people, but also find ourselves connecting with us in a very powerful way. Now it moves us to see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right here. Angels and spirit guides, 4. So let's just see if we can fix this so that he's not quite so shiny. I'm going to turn everyone over all at once. Oh, very interesting. Okay, we're definitely hesitant about something that's opening up. It's like we've wanted this, we've wanted this, we've wanted this, we've really worked towards it. Now that it's here, we're like, oh, Am I ready? So we're kind of questioning ourselves here. And that's going to be a good thing. Like, it definitely shows that we're keeping on top of things. So where we are right now, we are the Emperor. We don't want to be hesitant about anything. We want to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. This is who I am. End stop. This is me. Now, the Emperor also represents Aries energy. What we have to understand, Libra, is that Aries is our sister sign. So what that means is, like a sister, that person could be our best friend or our worst enemy. They can build us up and know the exact way to really hit us down. So being aware of this at the center of us, this taking control of the situation, this masculine energy that's coming forward, can really put us off balance. So we just have to be aware of this. We have to be aware of ourselves. What do we want? Are we moving forward? Where are we moving to? Those are the questions we're going to be asking ourselves. And there's an energy around us that says, okay, I need to know all the answers right now. That's not necessarily going to be how it's going to be. So you have to be kinder with yourself. There could also be a very strong masculine energy around us that wants us to make decisions. It's kind of pushing us, okay, you need to make a decision now. You need to tell them, I need to step back. I need more balance. I need to take time for me. And that person is going to need to respect that. Our challenging energy is the world. So we're really seeing ourselves step into the world. But our challenge is, how do I fit in here? Like, how do I go into this space? Now, we could be going through a transitional period where we're going from a safer space to an unknown. We could be changing jobs. We could be, moving. We could be, going from a course to now having to, do this in real life type of thing. There are myriads of ways that we are seeing the world open to us. It could be that we are becoming parents or that we are coming into a new relationship. Again, there's going to be myriad of ways that the world is opening, that we find our world opening. This is going to be a time where we're apprehensive about this. We think, oh, I should be more comfortable with it. And we're really projecting onto ourselves and a kind of embarrassment, like, oh, I should be more comfortable with this, or it should be easier. It's easier for everybody else. We don't know that. Just because people carefully choreograph their lives to make it look like on social media everything's easy, they have everything figured out, it doesn't mean that they actually do. It moves us then to what we are focusing on. This is the Queen of Wands, and I love her jubilance. I love that she's focusing on this magic that's coming up in her palm. It's like, yes, I've manifested what I want. And that's where we are. We're really at the point where we want to manifest what we desire, what we need, how we want to move forward. There's this real sense of, I'm stepping into a greater existence of me. We're very work focused. We're very goal oriented during this time. We need to utilize this and have this work for us. If we're taking a course, if we're learning anything during this time, again, we're going to be very good at it. We're going to excel. And that is going to be a very joyous thing. But we also need to feel much more comfortable because we have the sun coming up where we're kind of apprehensive on certain things. We need to feel more comfortable with letting our spark shine, with embracing what we want from life and moving forward in that glory, in that brilliance. Now, it moves us to our past, which is the King of Swords. We are represented by the swords in the minor arcana, so this really speaks to us. Our past was about embracing the highest form of us in the court cards of the mind, of the soul, of what we desire and what we want. This is what the sword is. Our voice, the way that we're connecting, what we want to manifest and what we are speaking into existence in our world. Our past is about us becoming more creative and more courageous. There is a sense here also. Okay, that's very interesting. It's kind of like I needed to step into more masculine energy coming forward. Now, that could be that we were relying on a partner. If we have more feminine energy and our partner has more masculine energy, we were relying on that partner more. Or we kind of thought I need to be tougher in the skin that I am in. So that energy is also coming forward. Now, it moves us to our strength during this time. It's the Seven of Swords. Our strength is being able to look at a situation and say, this is what I need, this is what I want, and I'm leaving the rest behind. I'm done with the betrayals. I'm done with the hurt. I'm done with the chaos. I don't have a place for it in my life anymore. Our strength is also going to be that we're looking at betrayals that have happened. Either we've perceived them as betrayals or a person actively set out to betray us. And we're looking at it and saying, you know what? You don't get to have that power hold over me. And our strength is that ability, again, to pick up what we need and be able to move forward. Now, it moves us to our near future. In our near future, this is Cancer energy, which is very interesting because Cancer energy, the time frame of Cancer is like June 21st. It's not like, it is June 21st to July 22nd. So we're coming out of this reading in the mid of June, which was around June 15th, right? But what we're going to see here is that our near future is the beginning of this Cancer period. And we're going to see ourselves taking the reins, really looking at what we want, looking at what we desire, focusing on where it is that we need to be, coming into balance with our subconscious and conscious self, which is not an easy task. We're doing a lot of inner work, and we need to calm ourselves because there's almost a sense of, I can outrun what's uncomfortable for me. I can outrun what I don't want, what I don't need, or what has been upsetting me. It's like, no. What we need to do is we need to look at it and we need to bridle it. We need to make it work for us. Just as we're having the horses pull the wagon, they're working for us. We need to take our subconscious and conscious self and say, that's it, I'm bridling you. You are going to work to help me achieve, for me to understand where I'm coming from, what pains are triggering me, how I'm moving forward, what is my joy and what is my apprehension. It then moves us to our suggested approach, which is my Minor Arcana, Libra card right here, Minor Arcana Justice card, which is all about balance. Our suggested approach is to put things into balance, put things into perspective. There are going to be a lot of times where we want to just instantaneously react. It's a very air sign thing to do. And so here it's like, put it into balance, put it into understanding. And then as we do so, as we balance it out, also as we ping pong against certain people, certain ideas, we're like, okay, now we can move forward. It's like, okay, now I figured it out. It moves us to what we need to know. This is the 10 of Wands. And what's so interesting with this 10 of Wands is that it's not the person who is weighed down by 10 wands. It's not like I'm carrying this and I'm so overburdened. But, look at the oxen that she has. Look at the ox that she has. That ox is burdened. You have the pathway lit by the wands as well. It's, I know where I have been. Now it is a mystery as to where I am going, how I'm moving forward, how I will deal with the path before me. The 10 of Wands is coming to a conclusion when it comes to the way that we are progressing forward in our careers, in our passions and what we desire. We're making some really big decisions, and it's taking a weight off our shoulders. We're going to be sharing that load, sharing the load with the ox, sharing the load with those around us that we really do see as stable. This person could be the year of the ox. I don't know why that's coming through so strongly right now, but in the Chinese zodiac, but there is a real sense of just stability and security. I don't know if they have an ox tattoo or, a picture of an ox hanging on the wall. I'm just seeing the face of an ox shine through so powerfully. So I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from, but Spirit definitely wants it to be stated. We then have our hopes and our fears. We hope to be able to balance ourselves. We hope to be able to balance everything that we want. We fear that we're not going to be able to. We fear that it's always going to be just holding on, just faking it, just getting by. Instead of, okay, you know what? I'm doing a really great job. I'm centered within me. I'm not stressed out. I'm not overwhelmed. Everything is in balance. Because remember, as a Libra, we're represented by those scales. We want everything to be in balance. And that's why we're on this earth, to find that balance, to find that harmony. Now, it brings us to our potential future, which is the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. So if you're born on the cusp with Virgo, or if you have it within your natal chart, this is coming out very powerfully. But our potential future is being able to turn inward and see what really sparks our fancy, what really, moves us forward, what really inspires us and sets us apart. It doesn't mean that it has to be so unique that nobody else does it. You can't find a YouTube, anything to help you, teach you or, guide you, that you're going to be so different from everyone. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that you start listening to your heart, your soul, yourself. You start listening to your own inspiration. And it's like, oh, okay, I see it. Okay, I see me. I understand. And it's not going to everybody else and saying, well, what do you think? What do you think? It's like, no, I've gotten the information. What do I think? And why do I think it? So let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, this one right here. So we have our past, our present, and our future. Our past is the Five of Swords. That's a very good card to have in the past. Our present is the Eight of Swords. Oh, okay. Interesting. And our future is the Four of Swords. It's all swords. It's all swords that come up. And again, we are represented by the swords in the minor arcana. We are in our own head a lot. All right? We're trying to be so logical that at times we can drive ourselves crazy with it. It's like it has to be so logical, so perfect, so of deeper understanding. And sometimes we just need to go with our gut, or we just want it to be pretty and there's no other reason for it. So stop trying to categorize it all or label it all or have it all perfectly organized and then do it. Because Spirit is saying you're going to lose a lot of the creativity if you're going about it that way. With the Five of Swords, our past has had to do with a lot of battles that we have faced in our past. And a lot of people that we would have cowed down to, a lot of people that we would have been really afraid if they didn't approve of us or didn't see things the way that we're seeing things. And this is going to be a time for us where we're like, okay, our past, and this is up to, June 1st. Our past has very much been a time of, I'm being tested. Am I standing on my own 2 feet? Am I stating what needs to be stated? Am I going after what I need to go after? Am I, secure within myself? And aren't I? What is it here that if I'm challenged, I back away from? Why am I backing away from it? It moves us then to our present. And we're going to have a tendency during this time just to completely overthink, overanalyze, overlook at everything. The Eight of Swords is being caught in our own head. It's like playing something on loop and never, ever seeing anything else. We're looking too much within. So our potential future, the Hermit looking within, that's a blessing, right? To be able to look within, we need to not make it so that we fall down that rabbit hole, that this is like self-incrimination and doubt and fear and hardship and pain and disappointment and I should have and I could have and I would have, and it starts piling up and piling up and piling up and becoming so overwhelming. It moves us then to our future. And this is the Four of Swords. We need to rest. We need to honor our story, our path, but we also just need to calm and center ourselves and say, yeah, this is a really good thing. Or, you know what? I'm not going to do this ever again. But we just need to be honest with us. And we need to kind of tune out the outside world that has been holding us back or that we've been trying to please and yet forgetting about pleasing ourselves. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Wands. I love it. We have the King and Queen of Wands right here. Because the King of Wands is subconscious, we're not really recognizing that he's showing forward. But there is such a power here of creativity, of passion, of fire, of determination, of focus, of insight, of ideas. And it's like, I am shining, period, and stop. And so here, creatively and work-wise, we need to listen to our instincts, but we also need to let ourselves shine. The King of Wands is determined, but he's also really open to change. He's not stuck in just one way of being. As the Queen of Wands is celebrating the magic that she's able to do, surprised and joyous and just connective in her exuberance, the King of Wands is like, I've learned, I've had to adapt. I've had to look at things differently. I've had to push the limits of things and push myself. And I'm respecting where I am and the power that is me. So these two energies come together. They seem very different, but they complement each other so well. It moves us then to our subconscious past energy. And this is Gemini energy. So the past, remember the Gemini time frame, May 21st to June 20th. We've been looking at this time frame. We've had the new moon in Gemini. We've had Mercury retrograde going on. And remember, both Mercury and Virgo, okay, are are closely linked to a Mercury retrograde and closely feel a Mercury retrograde because they are ruled by Mercury. So here with the Gemini energy, there's been this duality to our past. There's been these two sides to us. There could literally be two personas to us. Like, this is my work persona. This is my like going out at night persona. Like, this is the person everybody in my family knows. This is the person I get to be just for me. That could very well be the case. And if that is the case, Libra, we need things to be in harmony. If we can find a balance between keeping two lives very separate, and if that works for us, Spirit isn't here to push anybody, into something that they're not ready for. But what Spirit is saying is that we need to have balance in ourselves and what we want. We need to have balance into how we are perceiving ourselves and to, what we are desiring. There's a lot of duality here that is just a part of us. It's been a part of our past, and it will actually be a part of our future. But we need to come to terms with certain aspects of ourselves, certain visions of ourselves. It brings us, and it can't even be, okay? It can't even be like the person that we thought we were supposed to be. This is what the good person looks like. And then we've tried to suppress what we thought the bad, quote unquote, person looks like. And it's like, no, this is me. And as long as we're coming from a place of love and respect and dignity and, an honoring of humanity, then it's a good thing. It brings us to our subconscious present self. And that is the Two of Swords. There is really I just got draping. So for me, that very much represents the flow of fabric. So I'm just seeing here like an expression. There's something where like I'm cutting the ties with the way I used to dress. I don't know if somebody's just gone out and bought a new wardrobe, or if you're driving to the stores right now and listening, or or sewing or doing something. It's like, I want to have this expression. And so the scissors, I just see these as giant shears. It's like, this is the pattern that I'm cutting. But there is also really a sense of, this is a path that's opening up for me, where I always thought there were two roads. I always thought there were two exacting ways of being, and I had to do one or the other. And now Spirit's saying, no, there's more roads opening up. And we're going to really be embracing that subconsciously within the way that we dress, within the jewelry that we wear, the makeup, the shoes, however you express yourself, and find that brilliance, that spark, the hats, the accessories. That's going to be important here. The way we're decorating our house, that's going to be important. It then moves us to our subconscious future energy. And this is the Eight of Cups. Subconsciously, we're looking at something, and we're going to find that we're walking away. But we have to assess it. We have to look at it. We have to be like, am I sure that this isn't right for me? Am I sure that I need to leave this behind? And as we come to the conclusions, we start to walk forward. And we start to walk forward, with a real sense of freedom. And here the chalices are in the background, and there's a sense of like, well, look at this bounty that's coming. But I do see us as like having to assess the fact that we are moving forward one more time. It's like, okay, is this the move that I want to make? And there's a real power within us that says, yeah, it is. It really is. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that's Freya. That's Sagittarius energy. This is a sense of diving too deeply into something, asking too many questions, wanting to know all the answers before we make any of the decisions. And this is going to be, again, something that stagnates us. So just being mindful of this. There can also be somebody that we're working with that's like, oh no, but all of this isn't answered. And you're looking at them and you're like, well, why do you need that? Like, it's not relevant to now. And it needs to move forward now. So just be aware that there's going to be some sort of hold up, or there can even be, somebody who's just like, no, I don't have all the information. It just seems like they want all the information. They want the blueprint of exactly how to do it, and they're never going to get that. So being aware that frustration is around us during this time. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, and this is the heart chakra. This is play. Subconsciously, we need to let in play, joy, laughter, just beauty and intensity and brilliance into our lives. Remember, human beings can't truly play unless they feel safe. And so to ask ourselves, have I allowed myself time to play? Do I play? Do I laugh? Do I embrace what I need in my life? And seeing what the answer is. Because the heart chakra here right now, as we're looking at our hearts, our souls, and ourselves, is saying we need to laugh. We need to laugh. We need to play. We need to have the exuberance of a child come into our lives. And it can be that there's a child around us during this time. It can be a grandchild. It can be a niece or a nephew or, whomever. And they're teaching us how to play. They're teaching us how to laugh. Or we sit at a park and we just see the kids playing and we're like, huh, I've never laughed like that. I haven't laughed like that since I was a child. Now it's time to. Now it's time to embrace play and joy. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra, and may blessings and peace always be with you.